Shalom, first foremost, all praises Kal Halal Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Chakadash, double honor to elders apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom to the hopeful elect. Okay, this is brother Araki checking in with a lesson, and it's spiritual because hey, the brother sent this video to the group chat. NBC News: Federal workers line up at food banks ahead of first missed check since shutdown. Federal workers are lining up at food banks and waiting for hours as they miss their first paycheck since the start of the government shutdown. The workers are expected to be reimbursed at the end of the shutdown, but Congress is still not in session. NBC News Melanie Zanona has more on how the workers are being impacted. So, as I began this lesson, the brother also made a video of the subject. Okay, federal workers are feeling the squeeze. Okay, Deuteronomy 28:48. Okay, which let me go and check up that scripture, Deuteronomy 28:48, which is part of the curses. Okay, which the curses that have been upon us Israelites now is upon our enemies, is getting transferred to our enemies. Okay, beginning with Esau, Edom. Okay, and of course we are still under the curses, but little by little is lifting off. Okay. Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay. And it seems a lot of these government workers are also jakes, so that you can see the curses being on us, and then also getting to Esau. Based on this picture, you see Edomites, you see some jakes. Okay, and we're gonna go to the video, okay, to see more. But what you see pretty much is Babylon being cursed, man. Okay. At this point, what you wanna, what group you wanna belong to is the elect of the Hebrew Israelites, because then you know that the future is bright, even though Jacob's trouble will be very, challenging, and may even be that physically you will not make out of it alive. Doesn't mean that spiritually you wouldn't be of the elect, and then you would be honored with a glorious salvation. So that's a bright future. But let's go. Let me do it this way.
In Southeast DC, this food bank line just for federal workers, you have to have your government ID, stretches around the block.
Government ID. It begins with the nigger woman saying, this, wow, you have to have your government ID. Soon it's gonna, you have to have your Revelation 13:16. You have to have your charagma. Let's play that back.
In Southeast DC, this food bank line just for federal workers, you have to have your government ID, stretches around the block. Many furloughed federal employees like Anthony Spite now waiting hours for help.
I have children to feed, I have a family to take care of, I have a mortgage to pay, so it's a lot of uncertainty.
The Bipartisan Policy Center report.
Hey, see, hey, Jay going through it, man. Okay. So the scriptures speak about, not putting your trust in Babylon. Okay, you should put your trust in Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai.
1.4 million civilian federal employees like Spite did not get paid today.
I never thought that I would be in this predicament where I'm in need of assistance.
Under a 2019 law, federal workers will be reimbursed at the end of the government shutdown. But that help could still be a long way away. With Congress...
Yeah, let me put it this way, man. Just Babylon getting cursed, man. Babylon being plagued. Okay, you're gonna see the plagues of Egypt also hitting Babylon, okay, which is USA. You have 1.4 million federal workers, okay, of all the tribes. You have the Southern Kingdom, Northern Kingdom. Then you also have Esau. And you also have some Elamites, stuff like that. So you can see this place is going down, man. This Babylon is going down.
It's not in session. How does it make you feel that members of Congress are still getting a paycheck right now?
If we're not getting paid, I honestly feel that their checks should be withheld as well.
And as food banks face an influx of federal workers, it's scary. The clock is ticking for millions more.
With the shutdown, I believe that we'll get double the amount, maybe even triple the amount that we see now.
Federal funding for food programs like SNAP and WIC in danger of running dry by the end of the month.
To last all the way for the next month, even to cover December, it won't. We will be starving.
Our NBC affiliate in Kansas City
The scriptures speak about these things. This is signs of the end. It speaks about this in 2nd Ezra. Okay, chapter 9, also chapter 15. I'm not sure actually if it's in 9. Let me see. No, it's in 15. It's not in chapter 9. 2nd Ezra 15:5. Behold, said the Lord Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, beginning with Babylon, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And a famine is mentioned 6 times in 2nd Ezra 16. Let me read all of the scriptures. 2nd Ezra 15:49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. It's shutting down, man. Even here I can notice in the Northern Europe, in Finland, man, people are tight with their shekels. 2nd Ezra 16:18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Verse 20. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So Jake still don't care about the truth, man. They need to be, in a desperate shape for them to care about the truth. Verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so viewed cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. As these things are coming. Okay, 2nd Ezra 16:34. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Okay, let me start from verse 33. 33. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. So this is going to bring about Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1. Okay, because you're gonna see all these men, being unalived in these times. So then the woman gonna be like, hey, I need protection, I need comfort. So then they're gonna run to the men of the Lord, and the men of the Lord are gonna be like, bitch, move, bitch, get out the way, bitch, get out the way. And we're gonna be singing that ludicrous, okay? And then some females gonna be, included, because Isaiah 4:1, but many are gonna be fucking boldly and coldly rejected. Get the bitch, get the fuck out of my face. Even the elders, apostles, been saying that in these times. We're gonna have to, push the chicks away with a stick. Hey, go away. because the men of the world are going to be those that are going to be secure. Okay, it says Isaiah 33:6, for wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times. Okay, and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Okay, also 2 Timothy 1:7, it says that, for we have not received the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a strong mind. So be on that spirit, dynamos, power, sound mind. Okay, love of the Holy Spirit, man. Love in this truth, man. Okay, doing our duty for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the responsibility, the commitment. Verse 33 again, the virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms, the women shall mourn having no husbands, their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Even that dude that Jake was saying, Spike, even he was saying that, hey, I gotta, children to feed, I got a mortgage to pay, bills to pay, it's heavy times. Verse 46, for strangers shall reap their fruits and spoil their goods, overthrow their houses and take their children captives, for in captivity and famine shall they get children. So here you see glimpses of famine already.
Breaks down.
And there's been some speech about November 1st that more shit gonna go down on November 1st, so let's just keep our eyes and ears open.
What that assistance looks like for the 41 million Americans who rely on the program. I'm Megan Abundance grocery shopping in South Kansas City. This cart full of staples, some fresh produce, fresh fruit, some meat, and bread represents what the average person on SNAP benefits or food stamps can afford for an entire week. The national average benefit for a breakdown per person per week is about $46 to $74. That's what we've spent here, $48.68 for this cart full of groceries.
How you doing, man? You can choose one item.
With no end to the shutdown in sight, many now preparing for what could be a long road ahead.
What can I do about it?
Famine. Yeah, nigga, woman, you cannot do shit about it. Crying out in the churches, those Jesus songs. So the 2/3, the truth has been out there. So now you didn't give a fuck about the truth. So now you're gonna be caught out there. Caught in the no man's land. Okay, not knowing what to do, where to go. Just lost. Okay.
But just keep pushing forward. As they say, push until something happens.
Jesus ain't gonna come, and I'm making, assumptions. I'm making assumptions that, she's in the so-called black church worshiping the white Jesus. So Jesus ain't gonna come, so, but some of our people are gonna receive mercy. That's the 1/3. So let's see. I'm not the one to say who is elect and who is of the 1/3, who is of the 2/3, but the 2/3 is the majority, and the majority is going to get it because they have a hatred towards the truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Food bank that we went to today had over 200 people show up, all of them federal workers or government contractors. And the organizers who we spoke to said they're prepared to hold these types of weekly donation events as long as the government shutdown continues. Tom?
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on...
So that's going to be it. The Lord willing, it was edifying. Stay sharp in these times. Shalom.